Night and day have passed. It's the next day. I checked my shifter shaft seal. I don't see any new oil dripping, so I'll call that a win. Now I'm ready to change the head cover gaskets and seals. These head cover bolts are just supposed to pry out. Not the bolt, but this rubber piece. Well, that was easy. That's almost scary. That looked too easy. Now it only appears that one, maybe two are leaking, but it seems simple enough to me that if we take this one loose, change the torque, that back gasket that may or may not be leaking right now will probably need changed. And if one or two let loose, I'm betting that they're all about ready. 1992 from 2024, that's old for a vehicle. Now I can see what size those are. You can hear my compressor running. I've got some dookie right there I'm gonna blast out. So second things first, I'm gonna take this side cover off. It is a hex number 5. Note to self, looks like it has some thread locker on there. Just like that, there it comes out. See the oil? Ah, glad that thing shut off. It's kind of a neat fastener. I've never seen anything quite like that before. Here's a number 6 hex. I assume that's 6 mil. That would make sense. I'm probably wrong. Alright. This cover should now come off. Looky there. Look, Ma, I did it. There's inside. Smell that dirty old oil. Wow. That is pretty neat looking. You just caught me nerding out. Alright. Get this hot oil wiped out. Figure out how these come apart. And remember, kids, installation is the reverse of removal. I'm going to clean this. I'll clean this proper here in a minute, but I took my little tool. These little tools have been beyond handy. Just a heads up, and it's cheap. That ring pops off, and then These two separate. Pretty straightforward. I was kind of expecting a battle. If you've watched any of my videos, you know everything I touch usually turns into a battle. I can't complain about my station in life too awful much, but I'd love to get me a motorcycle lift so I don't have to fold in half doing this stuff. That's for what it's worth. Dear Santa, if you watch YouTube, there's my Christmas wish list. I have the head cover cleaned. I cleaned the gasket mating surface. I have my new rubbers on the screwdriver. I'm ready to pop the old ones out. Alright. There's one. You probably can't see a thing I'm doing. How about that? Old pile, new pile. They just kind of sit in there. It doesn't really snap in or anything like that. I should have washed those. I'm going to regret not doing that, but anyhow. I was real tickled how these broke loose easy. It wasn't a battle. Now it's time for the new gasket. Seems to fit nicely. I don't like that. I want it to pop out a little bit. Other than that, it's sitting pretty nice. Alright. I can make sure my gasket looks good all the way around. just gonna finger tighten these. Just snuggish. I'll check my torque spec. There was not a lot of torque on it when I took them apart. Oh, there we go. I'm going to leave that off. I'm going to put a little on the rear cover bolts. I could not find a torque spec naming this particular bolt or the ones on the front, but it seems safe to say it was 9 or 19 from the figure I could find. That's kind of a big difference, but neither one of them is super tight. So I'm gonna hand snug them, and then after a bit of riding I will check everything. Okay. It's typical on valve covers to work from the center out. They didn't necessarily say in the section discussing tightening these or replacing these gaskets, but that's what I'm going to do. It's typical, customary. And I'm not sending it. I'm just getting them a little tighter, and then I'll go back around and give everything a final snug down. Looks like it's tightening up nice though. That gap is closing up. I find it helpful when I am doing this, working on whatever. If there's two bolts, don't go full send on one and then try to get the other one in. Get one started and snug. Or get one started, the other one started, snug them both, and then give them a final tighten. That way things aren't all in a bind. Pretty happy with that. That's head cover gasket replacement. Main one, the rear one, and the rubber gaskets. Only thing I got left is to see if I can wrestle these little bitty rubber things back in the hole. Just like that.